Welcome to the 25th edition of the Panama Interview Series, where we discuss topics regarding foreign direct investment in Latin America and the Caribbean. We're streaming live from the capital city of the Republic of Panama. The Panama Interview Series is produced by BICO Legal and Compliance Consulting, LLC, a Miami domiciled limited liability company with offices in downtown Miami and Panama City, Panama. My name is Anthony Robinson, and I am the managing member and owner of BICO Legal and Compliance Consulting. Although I am a practicing attorney with a passion for cross-border commercial and transactional legal and regulatory compliance matters in the Americas, as well as a passion for the languages of the Americas, I have a long interest that I've had for quite some time in the nexus between law and public policy. I earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in policy analysis from Cornell University in 1990 and a master's degree in public policy from Harvard's Kennedy School of Government in 1994. Accordingly, the seeds of the Panama Interview Series have been germinating in my mind for quite some time, and I have journeyed to this opportunity to discuss on a monthly basis topics regarding foreign direct investment in Latin America and the Caribbean with players in the arenas of law, business, and politics. This morning, we are honored to have as our guest Benjamin Larson, the CEO of Vertosa. Vertosa creates industry-leading active ingredients for infused product makers. Vertosa's patent-pending nano emulsion and micro-emulsions are carefully designed for the specific needs of each of its customers. Vertosa's pre-suspended aqueous solutions empower manufacturers and brand owners to create homogeneous and stable products while maximizing bioavailability, clarity, and taste. Vertosa works closely with its clients and its lab partners throughout the manufacturing process to achieve target potency and accelerate the go-to-market process. This morning, we will discuss Vertosa's mission to break the stigma around cannabis, unlock impactful truths by making cannabis accessible to all, and develop the best cannabinoid delivery mechanisms and create unique experiences. We have several topics to cover. Please put your questions in the chat, and let's jump in. Ben, thank you so much for your time this morning, and welcome.
Thanks so much for having me, Tony. Looking forward to the conversation. And it's the first time in a while I've heard that intro read, so it's there's a lot of big words in there. Hopefully we can simplify it for the audience.
Well, let's get to it. Let's start by giving everyone a little short summary of Vertosa in video.
Infusing products as easy as ordering any other active ingredient, creating scalable, reliable ingredients that homogenize very easily so that you get the exact potency that you want in every product that you deliver.
Our nanotechnology in itself increases onset and bioavailability so you can actually feel the products that you're consuming. And you're going to get a consistent experience each and every time.
As we know, oil doesn't dissolve in water. And in cannabis industry, because this is a challenge, that people have to only consume cannabis by smoking or eating an edible. Well, I was thinking, how can you blend oil into water to consume cannabis more mainstream? If you can make cannabinoid water soluble, now the consumers can enjoy cannabis by the coffee in the morning, by smoothie in the afternoon, and wine at night.
We can infuse just about anything that contains water. Coffee, soda, beer, wine. We've done topicals, lubes, you name it.
Our flagship product and the product that we first launched with is a cold brew coffee. It came around a solution which allows the cannabis to stay completely homogeneous throughout the entire product, incredibly stable, and you know that very, very first sip of our product is the exact same potency as the very last.
The first step in our process is to meet with the customer and understand where their challenges lie. Sometimes they're just coming to us asking, can you infuse our beverage? So they have an existing base, they enjoy the flavor, they want us to be an innocuous ingredient in their product. And we can do that. We can ask them if they want it clear, do they want it foggy, like what kind of mouthfeel do they want? This is a complicated chemistry.
The whole team has really leaned in to make sure that throughout the research and development phase of bringing these products to market, that we really had their support and working in this new medium. And you need a partner that's going to work with you to figure out the right taste profile.
There's a lot of people out there, a lot of solutions where it's a one-size-fits-all, but this certainly isn't that type of product.
We find out, even for beverages, whatever formula works for coffee may not necessarily work for soda or juice. So we develop customizable formulas for different applications.
We just want to see our clients be successful. We're making it super easy for our clients to infuse their products. We deliver the experience that they're hoping to deliver to their customers every time.
Really, really informative video. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell me, how do your products break down the stigma around cannabis?
Yeah, it's a great question. When we first started the company, beverages were really just first coming on the scene. And we saw an opportunity where people would willingly try cannabis for the first time when it was in the format of a beverage or a format that they were used to consuming. Smoking and vaping, sure, you can try that, but you're not going to adopt a lot of the new consumers through those form factors. And when you think about beverage, it's not like you're competing necessarily against other cannabis formats. You're competing against other beverages. And in order to successfully achieve that, you have to have repeatable experiences, repeatable flavors. It has to taste great. And it needs the experience that people are used to having when they consume a product. When you consume a coffee and it has caffeine in it, how quickly do you want to feel that uptake of the caffeine? Same with alcohol and other beverage ingredients. And so these are the things that we focused on. And then on the regulatory side, there's just it's a high bar of excellence that is required to keep products or get products to market and keep them in market. And oftentimes in the beginning, we used to really point to the margin of error that was allowed in a product. And so in many cases, low dose beverages are somewhere around 5 to 10 milligrams of THC. If you were to look at that from an oil droplet, that's a very small amount of oil. And so breaking that oil droplet up, completely homogenizing it in a beverage and making sure, as Clayton said in that video, making sure that the first sip is the same as the last and that it maintains that potency over time as it sits on the shelf. So over time, we've focused purely on this, and that's why we're doing just ingredients. There's a lot of people that vertically integrate, create their own products, where we've really just focused on the science over the last 5 years.
So, the beverages are way more accessible to maybe people who are new to cannabis. Is way more accessible than smoking cannabis, or maybe more accessible than using a topical. The issue is, the regulatory status. So, the issue here is our theme is we're talking about the stigma around cannabis. And we have a regulatory backdrop that is confused, right? We have the federal government that is saying we can't put it in conventional foods, but yet we have several states, 10 or more states, where we have very vibrant markets of these products. So how do we make sense out of that situation regulatory wise?
Yeah, great question. It is continually evolving and evolving in a ways we never expected. And so, like you said, there's the regulated cannabis markets where the states have moved ahead of the federal government, legalized in their local states. But because it's not legalized at the federal level, those markets are independent of each other. And so we have California, completely separate supply chain than Nevada, which is right next door. And this makes it very complicated, especially for a beverage category that typically relies on economies of scale. So no interstate commerce, it just creates very inefficient markets. What has spun up over time is that the FDA has, as you've shown here, has not really moved to even bring in CBD as an acceptable ingredient into food. But it was legalized in 2018 under the US Farm Bill. And so there's been this ambiguous period of about 5 years now. And there was a lot of speculation because there was a new farm bill that was supposed to be drafted this year. because of our inefficiencies in our federal government that is now being punted to a next year decision. But still, it's not the FDA. And what we really need is the FDA to determine that CBD can be incorporated as supplements. But still, that's not THC. So there's two different parts of the cannabis and the hemp plant. There's many parts, but CBD and THC are the two main ones. CBD is known for its non-psychoactive. It doesn't get you high. It's known for relieving inflammation and stress, and it's a great ingredient that has shown nearly zero adverse effects. It is startling that the FDA actually hasn't come in and found a framework for this. But what was happened in that last 5 years, because of the ambiguity, other components of the hemp plant have hit the open market.